91 Grand National winner himself, Seagram, ridden by Nigel Hawke. 2 is Remini King, Richard Guest. 3 is Aquilifer, Peter Scudamore. 4, Auntie Dot, Martin Lynch. 5, Echerness, Mark Pittman. 6, What's the Crack, Adrian Maguire. 7, Rowlandson's Jewels, Graham Bradley. 8, Burling Jack, Peter Niven. 9, Night Oil, ridden by Jamie Osborne. 10, Henry Mann, Graham McCourt. 11, Gambling Royal, Richard Dunwoody. 12, Tipping Tim, Carl Llewellyn. 13, Topsham Bay, with Hugh Davis putting up 2 pound overweight. 14, Sooner Still, Mark Richards. 15, In the Fashion, Andy Orkney. You'll see that Mr. Christian's on runner. 17 is Forest Ranger, ridden by David Tegg. And 18, Withy Bank, ridden by Lorcanoir. Here's how they bet.
And no real surprises in the betting yet. Henry Mann is the expected favourite, and indeed it is 7-2 favourite. Gambling Royal 6-1, the same price. Tosham Bay on 7-1. Romany King. Aquilifer is 8-1, and Auntie Dot 12-1, 16-1 bar 6.
Now look, get that head back. It's only going to catch. We're going to have a full stop. And on the green and stars, back with the heads.
You can hear the starter telling them to get their heads back.
I can't get it up, jockeys, with their heads on the tape.
They're all frightened of getting left if they take a turn, obviously, and they're not going to budge.
I can't get it.
I can't move. I'm planted here. So is he going to have a turn? I'll move back off.
It's only going to catch on the tape. We'll have a full start.
I'm going to have to take a turn.
All right, take a turn.
Well, how many turns?
Starter says they'll take a turn if they want to. Seagram takes a turn, so does Night Oil and Gambling Royal, all right under the starter there.
Now just look outside. I can't get it up past his head.
Still telling him he can't get the tape up as it is. Jamie Osborne.
Right, all right, come on!
That's it, the leading meter of the meeting. He's jumped off all right, but Forest Ranger and Seagram are the two as they come to the first from Auntie Dot on the near side. And Auntie Dot lands in the lead from Forest Ranger. They're all safely over the first. Auntie Dot from Forest Ranger. Then Topsham Bay. Seagram over on the far side with Tipping Tim, and Sooner Still going up on the inside. And behind them come Henry Mann as they come to the second. And it's Sooner Still, the leader, as they run downhill to this second fence. Sooner Still from Forest Ranger on the inside. Then Tipping Tim and Auntie Dot. Topsham Bay on the outer, Seagram on the inner. Behind them, Gambling Royal and Night Oil. Sooner Still landed in the lead there from Topsham Bay and Forest Ranger and Auntie Dot. Then Tipping Tim. Echerness goes up to join the leaders, and over the water, Sooner Still from Topsham Bay on the outside and Forest Ranger on the near side. Auntie Dot comes next, and then Tipping Tim and Night Oil and Echerness and Seagram as they jump the first ditch. Sooner Still, a very good jump there in the lead. Sooner Still from Forest Ranger on the inside. Just in behind them come Auntie Dot and Tipping Tim as they jump the fifth. And now racing towards another ditch. The second of the ditches. Sooner Still, Forest Ranger, Auntie Dot and Topsham Bay. Night Oil on the inside, then Echerness. Then Gambling Royal, and Echerness has gone there. Echerness, a faller at that ditch. And as they jump the seventh, one or two mistakes there, and Seagram is one of those who makes a bad mistake as they run downhill. The loose horse made the worst mistake of the lot. It's Forest Ranger on the inside of Sooner Still, Topsham Bay on the outer. Then comes Night Oil very close to the lead as they jump the eighth. Forest Ranger, Sooner Still, Topsham Bay, between horses, What's the Crack. Then comes Gambling Royal, Burling Jack towards the right of the picture. Night Oil with Forest Ranger and Sooner Still and What's the Crack, and Topsham Bay towards the left. Henry Mann's going well just in behind the lead. racing towards fence number 10 of the 21 fences in all Night Oil with the hood on the far side, Forest Ranger. Topsom Bay and the check colours behind them, Sooner Still, and then What's the Crack and Tipping Tim. Behind Tipping Tim is Gambling Royal, then Burling Jack. Aquilifer's getting into it over on the far side. And Seagram has got a lot to do at the moment. In the Fashion has made quite a little bit of progress towards the leaders as they jump this one. Night Oil, Forest Ranger, What's the Crack and Topsom Bay. Tipping Tim. Behind Tipping Tim is Gambling Royal, and then Sooner Still. And behind them In the Fashion. And to the inside of In the Fashion, Auntie Dot with Romany King and Henry Mann. 10 left to jump. Burling Jack and Aquilifer and Rowlandson's Jewel come next, and they're being followed by Seagram, and Withy Bank is in fact the back marker, and it's Night Oil disputing it at the 12th with Forest Ranger and What's the Crack on the outside, and Tipping Tim on the inner, and Topsom Bay next. A slight mistake there by Auntie Dot. Running down to the water now. Night Oil on the inside. Forest Ranger, What's the Crack? Those are the three leaders from Gambling Royal. Another ditch, the third of the ditches. What's the Crack, Night Oil and Forest Ranger. From Gambling Royal and Tipping Tim on the inside. Then Auntie Dot and Romany King. Number 15 now. Night Oil, Forest Ranger, What's the Crack? And a bad mistake there by In the Fashion. Swinging left now and racing towards the final ditch. Forest Ranger in the lead, 6 out from Night Oil. Then comes What's the Crack, then Gambling Royal. Then Auntie Dot and Tipping Tim, and Henry Mann making significant progress towards the outside, and Romany King just on the leader's heels. Forest Ranger, Night Oil, What's the Crack? Those three from Auntie Dot, Gambling Royal, Henry Mann still improving. Forest Ranger the leader as they swing round this turn from What's the Crack and Gambling Royal, and Henry Mann going right up on the outside. Night Oil sticking to the inner. Auntie Dot going up to dispute the lead also. Forest Ranger there, the leader. From Auntie Dot, and Henry Mann coming there towards the outside and getting a rousing call from the crowd too. They've got 3 left to jump in the Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase. In the centre, Forest Ranger, Henry Mann jumps right up, sides him. Auntie Dot towards the left with the spotted cap. Romany King making ground. Gambling Royal over on the far side. And it's Gambling Royal on the far side, Henry Mann on the near side. Between horses, Forest King, Tipping Tim trying to get into it too. They're racing towards the second last fence now in the Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase. Henry Mann has taken a fractional advantage on the near side from Gambling Royal over on the far side. Tipping Tim is making ground all the time. Henry Mann's just going to land in the lead from Gambling Royal, and Tipping Tim, Romany King making a run towards the left of the picture. Coming down to the final fence now. Henry Mann with the advantage from Tipping Tim, the challenger over on the far side. Gambling Royal between horses, Henry Mann and Tipping Tim together. Tipping Tim going ahead now as they race into the closing stages. It's Tipping Tim from Henry Mann and Gambling Royal as they race up towards the line in the Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase. Tipping Tim is going to win it from Henry Mann, and at the line, Tipping Tim is the winner, and Henry Mann is second, and Gambling Royal is third, and 4 was Romany King. And then came What's the Crack and Aquilifer, and behind Aquilifer was Forest Ranger, and then Rowlandson's Jewels. And then came a tired Auntie Dot, followed by In the Fashion, who made a bad mistake right out in the country. And so the result of the 1992 Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase between previous winners of 141 races is first, number 12, Tipping Tim, owned by Mrs. Jenny Mould, trained by Nigel Twiston-Davies here at Cheltenham and ridden by Carl Llewellyn. Second was number 10, Henry Mann, owned by Mr. Lynn Wilson, trained by Simon Christian and ridden by Graham McCourt. And third was number 11, Gambling Royal, owned by Roach Foods Limited, trained by David Nicholson and ridden by Richard Dunwoody. Fourth was number 2, Romany King.
First, number 12, Tipping Tim, 20-1. Second, number 10, Henry Mann, 3-1 favourite. Third, number 11, Gambling Royal, 13-2. And fourth, number 2, Romany King, 15-2.